What is up, YouTube? My name is Dalen, and today we are going to react to TierZoo, our Camels OP. Let us check this out. Honestly, bro, I feel like every animal is OP now. If he's just making videos on every type of animal. I'm guessing he's talking about like OP in terms of like the species that they're in. So let us see, because I honestly don't know what camels are for real. Like, I don't know the species, what the species is called, but we'll see right now. I did not watch the beginning. Please start over. Where are camels?
Camels are one of the most unorthodox builds in the game. In the right conditions, they're
Whoa, hold on, they're kind of big.
Camels are one of the most
I don't think I've ever seen a camel. Maybe it's is it the perspective, or are they actually like towering over these people?
Orthodox builds in the game.
Damn, they're kind of big.
Their combination of unique abilities,
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Why they're big.
Strategy. But overall, where do camels rank?
Look at that nigga teeth.
Their weird shape and odd skill set actually
that nigga be eating.
Or is their current player base carried by their human allies? Today we'll discuss the history, stats, and abilities of the camel, and ultimately decide.
When did he drop this video?
We'll begin with
2 days ago. That was Hump Day, right? Did you do that on purpose, or was that like a coincidence to drop it on Hump Day?
Camels first began rising in the meta at a time when a lot of mammalian herbivore builds were really taking off. Some of these herbivores spec'd into an ability called rumination to gain bonus XP from the newly buffed grass spawn rates. Some herbivores spec'd into more powerful PvP abilities, like keratinized horns and armor, in order to remain more well defended when out in the open. The camel, by contrast, took neither of these paths. Because they could not digest grass, they instead needed to spec into abilities which would allow them to survive the frequent long treks between an ever-decreasing supply of nutrition.
They can't digest grass?
So what are the camel's most important abilities? The most obvious one is their hump. The hump serves multiple purposes. Primarily, it's used as a site for fat storage, functioning as an energy reserve which allows camels to survive incredibly long journeys.
I thought the humps had some... They don't got bones in their humps? That shit jiggly. Oh.
With a maxed out fat reserve, camel players can ignore hunger damage for several months.
People eat camels? Probably not.
Forage. But in addition to providing starvation resistance, allocating all the camel's body fat to one spot gives
that boy ugly as hell.
Resistance by allowing for extremely efficient heat exchange everywhere else on the surface of the camel's body.
That makes sense. So that's why their shit's so fat. Okay.
Now, of course, this ability does come at a cost. The hump is an awkward and cumbersome load to bear, weighing the camel down.
Oh yeah, that nigga goofy.
A lot more wobbly and top-heavy while running. Definitely not an ability you could just throw onto any other herbivore build and see benefit from. You need to have other abilities to help mitigate the weaknesses the hump incurs. So what other abilities does the camel have? The second main ability is the camel's feet pads.
No.
Rather than walking on hooved toes like most other herbivores, camels spec'd into large padded feet. Now, normally when a player spends their evolution points unlocking padded feet, they're doing so in order to mask the sound of their steps and buff their stealth stat. While it does technically offer a small stealth bonus, something as tall as a camel is not going to be very successful at hiding. Instead, similar to the hump, this ability protects camels from the stress and chip damage most players would accrue when walking for such long distances. It also spreads out their weight,
so they got a walk boost,
sinking into whatever surface they're standing on. This is especially important when traversing sandy or snowy environments, as it negates the movement penalties from this sort of terrain. Camels have a few other minor abilities as well. Their sickle-shaped blood cells make them more resistant to dehydration.
What? Sickle-shaped? Wait a minute, I learned something about sickle cell disease, I think it's called, in college. So can they not get sickle cell disease? Cause I don't know.
And their tough, leathery mouth.
I don't know how that works.
Puncture damage, allowing the camel to be one
of
the few build and minor abilities as well. Their sickle-shaped blood cells make them more resistant to dehydration, and their tough, leathery mouth negates puncture damage, allowing the camel to be one of the few builds able to
That's
eat
interesting.
cacti without being hurt by their spines. A lot of
Really? Yo, animals are so interesting. You're telling me that they could just eat spikes? What? How? How is that even possible?
The impression that camels possess a powerful spitting ranged attack, similar to
Hey,
the
their
cobra
teeth can't
or
take it though.
archerfish.
They got ugly
Unfortunately,
teeth.
no, there's not really anything particularly threatening about the camel's spit, nor do they actually employ this skill in combat. They may vomit when threatened, but this is usually just a result of stress, not a defensive ability. That's not to say the camel's mouth isn't dangerous though. In addition to their tough leathery palate, one of the things that sets camels apart from other herbivores is that their teeth can actually deal serious damage. And with a neck as long, powerful,
really?
and
So why their teeth look like that? What they be eating?
flexible as the camels, there's not
for their
many
teeth to look
angles you
like
could
that.
attack a camel from without risking a nasty bite counterattack. Camels can also attack with their kicks, although their padded feet won't deal as much damage as, say, the sharp hooves of a zebra or giraffe. Anyway, those are the main abilities of the camel build. Next, let's look at the camel's stats. And quick note, I should mention that there are two variations of camel. The dromedary.
Oh, you see the stats? Okay. Low intelligence, and got some power. Low defense, got mobility. Mid health, low stealth. What's this, perception? I don't know what that is.
Stats. And quick note, I should mention that there are two variations of camel, the dromedary and Bactrian. Their most apparent difference is that the dromedary has one hump while the Bactrian has two. But honestly, the more important difference is in their base stats. Bactrians are larger, more powerful, and better adapted to the cold. The dromedary is smaller but slightly more agile and better suited for extreme heat. Camels have slightly above average intelligence, necessary for them to be able to remember the long routes that they travel on. As mentioned earlier, camels do have a more damaging bite than most herbivores. But compared to the damage large herbivores can dish out using their tusks or horns, they still fall short. Their defenses are quite strong, especially when it comes to elemental resistances. But on top of those, the camel's height makes it very difficult for predators to land an attack on them. Thanks to their special terrain movement bonuses, most of the time they don't even need to worry about predators, as no sane player would seriously try to follow them into an inhospitable desert. But
yeah, he's still working on those animations, TierZoo. I think I heard him talking about like doing animations and stuff, and like doing education that way.
Speed is pretty decent, albeit kind of awkward.
You know, animal education stuff.
Feet slightly dampening the sound of their steps, their stealth is still abysmal, given that camels are the third tallest land animal after the giraffe and elephant. And lastly, their perception is pretty normal for a mammal.
Oh, they got I learned this about the
after the giraffe and elephant. And
the meerkats, I think they're called. They got the little slanted little eye pupils, so they got good field of views.
Is pretty normal for a mammal,
They got good field of view.
Partial immunity to the blindness condition on account of their long eyelashes, which block incoming sand and dust. This is all well and good, but the question remains: just how viable is this setup really? Is the camel just another?
Wait, are we sure that? Didn't he say that the camels like run weird? So how do they have good mobility?
Just how viable is this setup really? Is the camel just another build
Was it for the
carried by humanity? So the camel is actually.
Is it for one set of your camels? Like the bacterian or something?
Unlocked during the mid to late Bronze Age, well after dogs, cats, and horses had already formed alliances with humanity. And it was with the last one, horses, cats, and domestication being unlocked during the actually really. Is the camel just another build completely carried by humanity? So the camel is actually one of the more recent additions to the humans' party, with domestication being unlocked during the mid to late Bronze Age, well after dogs, cats, and horses had already formed alliances with humanity. And it was with the last one, horses, that camels were competing with for the spot on the team, as both horses and camels are useful to function as a mount. Horses are the faster mount, and in a lot of scenarios, that's truly all that matters. In Bronze Age human versus human PvP, being able to outmaneuver and flank their enemies was one of the most important factors in securing victory. But for just about everything else, camels were far more reliable. Camels have a higher equipment load, meaning they can carry much more cargo. They have higher vitality and defense, and thus can carry human players a much further distance in much worse conditions. And of course, the fact that they're not impeded by difficult terrain is a huge perk for choosing the camel. It's for this reason that as humanity began transitioning away from a nomadic raiding playstyle and towards Bronze Age palace-based economies, Having a mount that could carry goods across the vast desert between empires was of vital importance. Camels were the only viable option for humans to cross the large deserts, like the Outback, Sahara, and Mojave, until humanity unlocked trains on the tech tree. So for a substantial length of time, camels were an integral part of the economy across most of the world. And although railroads have made them obsolete in some servers, when it comes to crossing the desert, they are still genuinely one of the best options. Similar to horses and cattle, the vast majority of camel players are purely opting for the human-focused team combo playstyle. There are only around 1,000 players who are part of the truly wild faction that never joined up with humans. Does this mean without humans, camels would be low-tier trash?
Hey yo, what you doing with the camel?
Joined up with humans. Does this mean without
Why you just snatch the nigga like that? What's going on?
Low-tier trash? I can see why you might jump to that conclusion.
Hold up! What? How tall is a camel? This dude 6'1". That nigga's wait, in terms of hold up. I'm 6'1" though. But then again, that nigga jumped over the nigga. I don't think anybody can jump over me.
Without humans, camels would be low tier trash.
What?
I can see why you might jump to that.
There is no. Maybe that's a smaller camel. Maybe that's a smaller camel. That's still crazy though.
I read a domestic cattle as B.
Oh, let me stand up. Let me see. Still kind of crazy.
It's unclear if they could
even sitting down, like
honestly, Beater might have even been too generous.
Nah.
There's no question, when left to fend for themselves in the wilderness,
probably an NBA player or something.
They thrive. When humanity unlocked the motorized transport tech, many human players kicked out the camel players from their party. This happened in America, in the Middle East, and most significantly in Australia. Now, an invasive mammal succeeding in Australia is really not that big a surprise, but thriving in the outback specifically is undoubtedly impressive. Here, they must contend with one of the other most successful Australian invaders, the dingo. And let's be real, it's not even close to being an even matchup. Being historically from Asia, camels had to contend with everything from lions and leopards to wolves and even tigers. So despite their awkward top-heavy appearance and lack of powerful damage-dealing abilities, their incredible survival skill earns them the rank of A tier. Now, this video focused specifically on the Bactrian and Dromedary camel, the two builds most players would associate with the word camel. But the camel faction does technically contain two other builds, the llama and alpaca. These belong to the player base of prehistoric camels, which chose to venture south into the South America server, rather than across the Bering Strait and into Asia. Because of their vastly different environments, they obviously spec'd into different abilities. However, a lot of their core features are more or less the same. I have a lot to say about these creatures, mostly that they are the most disgusting, nasty creatures I've ever encountered. Alright, so this ad read is going to take a bit of a different turn than usual, but here's the deal. A few months...
Nah, I feel that. Yo, his ad transitions are kind of nice. They are nice. But anyways, you know, cool little video as always. TierZoo. I'm guessing this is you. I saw this guy in the Meerkat video too. I'm guessing that's him, maybe. But anyways, interesting. Learned a lot about camels. Definitely a W video. So they are OP in terms of survival. But obviously in terms of like combat and stuff, you know, they won't fare against a tiger, lion, or bear. Oh my. So anyways, that is it for this video, y'all. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on this video, subscribe for more content, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Boop.